Hello, and welcome back for your spring break as we start this week's Kram. I'm Jackson Mahar.
And I'm Brayson McCloy.
At the start of this week, the Rampart girls soccer team was 4-0 to start off the season.
This year's team has a very different dynamic than in the past years. McKenna Blatnick is here to tell us more. McKenna?
Our team this year is young and experienced, yet extremely talented, as they lost 10 seniors last year but are already having a strong season. We checked in with the team to see how the change in chemistry has affected these athletes. With spring sports in full swing, many teams here at Rampart have begun their seasons. Rampart girls soccer team's season has just begun and is off to a great start.
It's been going great, to be honest. Right now we're 3-0, and the team seems to be coming together a lot quicker than we anticipated, and just the collaboration on and off the field has been fantastic so far.
We lost a lot of players last year, and so going into it, I was excited to kind of see what our new team dynamic was going to be, and it's been really good so far.
Our goal is to go further in playoffs than we did last year, and we want to win league again, so we want to have 2 straight years of winning league.
The team has changed a lot this year, especially with the loss of last year's seniors.
We lost, 10 seniors, so we have a pretty young team.
And I think just losing those seniors, you have to fill those spots and kind of figure out where people work best, so it's a lot of trying things out, testing them. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, you try something new.
It's been a big shift, just replacing the starters with new girls, but I think that we're adjusting really well.
Now we have some kind of missing spots that we had to fill in.
The underclassmen have done an amazing job of just kind of stepping up and filling in their shoes, and just the team dynamic is just amazing.
With a younger team this year, leadership looks a little different than it has in previous years.
We've got a group of seniors who are leaders on and off the field, and we have a couple captains that were the captain band, but other captains that necessarily don't have the band are still being leaders.
Being one of the only seniors on the team, we kind of have had to step up a lot because a lot of our team is underclassmen.
Our captains are Sabrina DeHart and Abby Davis, and they're amazing. They've been on varsity since their freshman year, so they really know the ins and outs of all of it. And they do a really good job at stepping up and encouraging all of us on and off the field.
I'm really trying to incorporate all the new people we have brought up this year and just kind of getting to have a good bond between everyone. So it's just been a lot of good communications and really reaching out to the younger grade levels.
Even with a younger team, the dynamic has remained strong.
They're really coming together. I mean, the team dynamic is kind of firing on all cylinders right now, and it's impressive that this early in the season that they're working together as well as they are.
Our team is like a family, and we spend so much time together that we're really close.
Going to practice is never something I don't want to do. I know I'm going to go to practice and have a fun time because we play fun games instead of boring conditioning and stuff. Also the people, they're all so sweet.
We have lots of different grades on the team, but we find a way to just come together as a team.
Even with the changes from previous years, our girls' soccer team remains strong. Good luck with the rest of your season, Rams. This has been McKenna Blatnick reporting for Kram.
We would like to wish the girls soccer team a great rest of the season.
Last week, some of our students from Rampart went on a field trip to Japan with one of our student travel programs.
Ben Ray went with a group and returned with the story.
Mrs. McFarland and the LIC arranged for students that were interested in travel to go to Japan over the recent spring break. I was a part of the group and got to experience it firsthand. And now we go to Mrs. McFarland on how the trip got set up.
Well, with this current trip, we traveled with a group called Explorica. And it's pretty easy, actually. I just decide where I want to take students, and I tell them, and they put together an itinerary for me, and they put a cost on it. And then I start recruiting to get people to travel with me. They take care of all of the things like getting our hotels, getting our transportation, our airline tickets. They find a tour director that guides us while we're on tour. And they provide support if something goes wrong while we're on tour. I can give them a call and they'll do something to fix it. So
We then go to some of the students and teachers that went along on the trip, asking what their favorite part was.
I loved the food. I loved the people. The people were so sweet. I loved our tour guide. Just the sights and the culture. It was wonderful.
Japan trip was awesome. I'd never been that far from home. Certainly never to a country where I didn't speak the language already. So I had a lot of fun. It was a totally new and novel experience. Most things are in English, at least the important things like train stations and bus stations. Hotels, and those people are super accommodating. So they made the travel fun and easy.
My favorite place was Hiroshima. We had a lot of freedom that day to walk around and see the Peace Memorial Park, Peace Memorial Museum, and the Children's Memorial, also the Atomic Dome. And it was so powerful to see just the devastation that came from the atomic bomb.
Even though you missed the Japan trip, Mrs. McFarland has other trips planned and are still able to be joined. If you are interested, then talk to Mrs. McFarland in the library for more info. This has been Benjamin Ray, reporting for Kram.
Looks like they had a great time. If you're interested in any upcoming student travel events, the flyers are up all over the building with more information.
There is a lot of divisive speech in major news lately about the upcoming presidential election in November. We wanted students to feel like Rampart is a community where all opinions are respected. So here is Jackson with a look into varied opinions among the student body.
While the election can be a hard topic for people to agree on, we wanted to show that we have a variety of political opinions here at Rampart, and we are still a strong community. As this is a controversial topic, we wanted to thank those willing to be interviewed and would ask everyone to please be respectful of our students and each other.
We are a diverse community here at Rampart, and with the election coming up, some students voiced their opinions and views on the upcoming election.
I would probably vote for Trump just because of the GDP, that just got really bad when we had Biden in. I wouldn't want another year of that. I just don't think he handled the current affairs correctly.
Despite being a more liberal point of view, I think I would vote for Nikki Haley, mostly because I do think that Biden's getting too old. I feel like there should be, since there's an age minimum, I feel like there should be an age maximum in office. And with Nikki Haley, I think it'd just be nice to get a fresh perspective, because if you look back through all of history, that'd be our first female president, and I think that would be nice to finally get the chance to experience and see how that really changes things up.
Probably Trump, because I like how he ran the country and he had one of the strongest economies while he was in the office.
Well, I'm able to vote in this election. I'm going to be voting for Trump, but it's not because I like Trump as a person, it's his policies. He stands for a lot of what I believe in and what my whole family believes in.
I think if I were to vote, it'd probably be Biden, but at the same time, I'd rather, the best case scenario would be someone younger, in my opinion.
Assuming that it's between Biden and Trump, probably Biden. I don't know how to do the explanation in a diplomatic manner. I agree with his policies slightly more than I do with Trump's.
Political opinions are based on viewpoints and experiences. The students shared which policies make them feel the way they do about their vote.
I probably lean more Democratic. I lean more Democratic because I've had families who have worked in the unions, and Democrats have always been pro-union. I just prefer their political style more than Republicans.
I think based on the parties, I don't really fit in a specific one. I'm more independent, but I definitely lean opinionated on the more liberal side of things, mostly just because I think a lot of the conservative ideologies I don't necessarily agree with, in the sense that they are conservative.
Probably the rights, because I feel like they have better policies towards the country's not even political, just economics and stuff like that.
I think I'm definitely more left-leaning. I think I just agree with mainly common sense gun laws. I think I'm not that's not to say that I'm against guns in general. I don't think we should ban everything, but I think just in terms of I think we have a problem in America of easy access. So I like that.
Just out of the main two, probably Democrats, because they're more concerned with a lot of social issues and equality and making voting more accessible and stuff like that.
It's not just the positive, but sometimes the way we disagree with political policies can define a political view.
As far as the Republican Party goes, they're much more conservative on sexuality and gender stances, and as somebody who is both gender and sexuality queer, their want, and I say they're in a very general sense, I don't hate anybody, everyone has my respect, but the stance on how much it's trying to be, in a general sense, eradicated.
I really disagree with the Republicans, second right. I heavily disagree with how open they are about the second right or Second Amendment. Yeah, Second Amendment, I don't like their views on that. I don't like how pragmatic the Republican Party has been recently.
I don't agree with the open border policy. I think that that's not really good for America's citizens, considering that, yes, there are good people coming in, but there's also a lot of bad people coming in.
Again, just like the immigration policies, I don't think kicking everyone out is the answer, I guess. I think it's a lot more complicated than that, and especially because like a lot of people coming here are like refugees, and if you've ever actually like gone down and like looked at how long it takes just for lots of people that are refugees just to get into the country, lots of times it's like decades for families to get in and out of the country like legally.
Being comfortable with our differences makes Rampart a stronger community. Thank you for all the students that voiced their opinions. This has been Jackson Mahar reporting for Kram.
We would also like to point out that Kram is in no way endorsing any political opinion or party, and hope all our 18-year-old students sign up to the vote so their voices can be heard in November.
Next up, we have a piece on the new Rampart app.
Since the app is new, we'll get to go to Thomas and learn why students might want to make sure they have this one on their phones. Thomas.
Ms. McFarlane in the LIC has been the driving force behind the new Rampart app, but not all our student body is aware of it. We went in depth to let you know why the app came to be and why you might want it.
The Rampart app is an effective way to manage and receive important information about our school. Ms. McFarlane in the LIC is an expert on the app and its functions.
The Rampart app is an app you can find in any app store by searching Rampart High School, and it is a place for you to go for anything you could think of for school. Now, you can go to get your news, so anything that's an announcement on the front page of our website is there. You can get a calendar of our events, schedules, directory for teachers. You have a place for quick links. So if you want to get to our social media really quickly, that's where you can get there. Or maybe you want to look up a book in the library, you can get there really quickly as well. There's even a link to Kram and all of the Kram YouTube videos that we have. You can also have your parents submit attendance for you if you need to be out one day. You can have conversations with your teachers or different groups if you're in clubs. Your ID is here, so if you are to forget it and need to check out a book from the library, we can easily scan that for you. You can report a safe to tell.
Students that have it really appreciate all the features of the app and how it manages their schedule.
I like being able to use my ID for everything. It's just in my back pocket everywhere I go. And then I can also find schedules and certain updates if we have a snow day or a delay.
Whenever there's like schedule changes or I need to find events, I can search on there.
All the notifications if there's like a delay or no school.
One of my favorite things for students is the My Assignments. So that's where you can enter any kind of homework or projects you might have coming up due, and it'll send you a reminder to get that work done so you get it turned in on time and don't end up, with some missings in that grade book.
You can download the app in both Apple and Android devices. You can get it for yourself to try it out. This has been Tiernan Caps reporting for Kram.
Go ahead and download the app to be more informed about Rampart news.
To end this newscast off, we decided to end it with a little bit of student humor about prom.
Daniela Summers asked Jackson for some help with the piece, and she's here with the whole story.
Thanks, guys. It's prom next week, so we're deep in the heart of promposal season. We had Jackson do some promposing around Rampart for funsies, and here's how it worked out.
Jackson Mahar, a senior here at Rampart, has been working very hard on building his posse for prom by delivering very romantic, heartfelt promposals. Kram followed him on his journey.
I gotta do this legitimately. Where's Declan? Will you swing it to prom with me?
Sure, yeah.
Yes! Thank you so much. It'll be a very special day.
Bring it in.
On to the next. Mr. Wills, I've known you, but you've yet to know me, and I feel like I need to change that. So, will you swing it with me to prom?
Yes, will you take this candy?
Heck yeah, dude! Fair trade. So, I still get the candy. Nux on that, man. Will you please go to prom with me? I will. Yes! Thank you. Good day.
Although he's happy bringing such lovely people with him, there truly is only room for one, or two, in his heart, his best friends.
He's right there.
Mason, we've been buddies for quite a while.
Wait, you know, we've been fucking.
I do. Should we go ask Peter together?
We will go ask Peter together. We've been buds for a long time.
Very long time.
For a very long time.
Just us three.
Just us three. So we were wondering if you would like to go to prom with me and Mason.
I would love to. Oh, great. Come here.
Bring it in.
Oh, yeah.
To close it off, the team had to make a few last-minute stops.
No, Mr. Abbott.
Mr. Abbott.
You're our favorite teacher of all time.
All time.
So we're wondering if you would like to be sworn to prom with us.
Of course.
Yeah,
Let's go.
All right, lead the way.
This is Abbott's idea only.
Mr. Abbott requested especially.
We already asked Abbott.
We already asked Mr. Abbott.
So your prom was like me?
Yeah.
Sure. You're the best.
Thank you, Jackson, for letting us document these beautiful moments. Get excited for prom rams. This has been Adiana Somers reporting for KRAM.
Hopefully your proposals go better than ours did.
Before we leave, we have a brief word from Student Council about the Mr. and Mrs. Rampart competition happening on April 9th. Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles, Rams. This has been Jackson Mahar.
And Brayson McCloy, signing out for KRAM.
Call me Wendy's Brother Milk Ranch, the way I'm saucing on these fools.
Oh! Jackson is being weird. Jackson makes me uncomfortable sometimes. And my shirt is wrinkly.
Can I put a mustache up and be like, that's the way the cookie crumbles, Rams?
On the last game, yes, on this game.
No! Oh boy.
Wow, that was awful.
Coochie coochie coo!